Hello students. When we add some sugar into water, we get sugar solution. That means here the form of sugar changes. When we add some curd into milk, after some time milk turns into curd. This is another change. Let's understand about the changes that happen to objects. When we cut a piece of paper with the help of scissors, we will get many small pieces of different shapes and sizes, right? Here the shape and size of paper changes. If we keep ice on a plate, after some time it will start melting. If we collect this water again and freeze it, we will get ice. Here the state of object changes. Solid changes into liquid and then liquid changes into solid. For another example, take an iron nail and hold it with the help of a tongs over the flame coming from a gas stove. After some time, we can say that the color of the iron nail changes into red hot. Here, the color of the object changes. We know that the shape, size, color and state are the physical properties of an object. Any change in these physical properties can be called as a physical change. But in physical change, no new substance is formed. We all are familiar with the rusting of iron. When we leave a piece of iron in the open environment, after some time, a brownish film is formed on the top of iron. This brownish film is called the rust and the process is called rusting. We can find a rusting on iron gates in parks and on iron pans in kitchen. Rust is not iron. Here a new substance, a rust, is formed as a result of the change that happened to iron. Hence, rusting of iron can be called a chemical change as a new substance is formed there. If we take a piece of magnesium ribbon and bring it near to the flame, it will burn with a bright white light. When it is completely burnt, we will get a powdery ash. We can express this change through an equation. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. When magnesium is burnt, we get a new substance called magnesium oxide, which is different from magnesium and which is an ash. Now collect the ash and mix it with a small amount of water. After stirring the mixture, put a red litmus paper into it. The red litmus paper will change to blue. In previous classes, we learned that bases change red litmus paper into blue. Hence, we can conclude that the mixture we got is a base. Magnesium oxide plus water gives magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide is a base. When magnesium is burnt, we get a new substance called magnesium oxide, and when we mix magnesium oxide in water, we will get another new substance called magnesium hydroxide. As new substances are formed as a result of change, we can call it a chemical change. Let's do another experiment. Dissolve a spoonful of copper sulphate into a small amount of water in a beaker. Add a few drops of sulfuric acid into it. We can see the color of the solution changes into blue. Further into this blue solution, drop an iron nail and wait for about half an hour. We can see that the blue color gently fades and finally we get a green colored solution. Along with this, we can see a brown deposit on the iron nail. Let's understand what is behind the color change and what is that brown substance. The change in color is due to the reaction between copper sulphate and iron. When we add iron to the solution, a new substance is formed as a result of the reaction between copper sulphate and iron. The new substance is called iron sulphate. The green color of the solution is due to the presence of iron sulphate. The brown deposit on the iron nail is copper. Copper is a new substance as well. As two new substances are formed in this experiment, we can say that this change is a chemical change. For our next experiment, we need a test tube, vinegar, a pinch of baking soda and lime water. Baking soda is actually sodium bicarbonate. Take a small quantity of vinegar in a test tube and add a pinch of baking soda. We can hear a hissing sound along with bubbles of gas coming out. Now pass this gas through freshly prepared lime water. This is lime water. Now pass this gas through lime water. We can see the lime water turns milky. Let's find the reason behind it. When baking soda is added to vinegar, we get carbon dioxide gas. Lime water is calcium hydroxide. When carbon dioxide passes through lime water, calcium carbonate and water are formed. This calcium hydroxide, this is lime water. When carbon dioxide passes through this lime water, we get calcium carbonate and water. In this experiment, we can also see that a new substance is formed as a result of change. A change in which one or more new substances are formed is a chemical change. Along with the formation of new substances, there are some other things that happen as a result of chemical change. Let's see what are they. Heat, light or radiations may be given off or absorbed. In our example, we saw that when we burned magnesium, it burned with a bright white light. Sound may be produced. Burning of crackers is an example. A new smell may be given off. When food gets spoiled, it gives off a foul smell. A color change may take place. When we dip an iron nail into the copper sulphate solution, the color of the solution changes into green. As for another example, we can say that when we cut a piece of apple and keep it in the open atmosphere, the color of the apple changes into brown. Gas may be produced. In our example, we saw that when we add a pinch of baking soda into vinegar, carbon dioxide gas is produced. Chemical changes are very important in our day-to-day life. Digestion that happens in our body is as a result of a series of chemical changes. Similarly, ripening of fruits, fermentation of grapes are chemical changes. Chemical changes lead to the production of plastics, medicines, detergents, etc. We already learned about the rusting of iron. When iron comes in contact with water and air, it starts to rust. Iron is a very useful metal which is regularly used in our day-to-day life. A lot of things like cars, shapes, fridges, utensils are made up of iron, but rusting destroys them. Is there any way we can prevent rusting? Let's see how. Rusting happens only when iron articles comes in contact with water and air. To prevent rusting, we need to avoid the contact between iron articles and water and air. There are some ways to prevent rusting. Let's see what are they. One simple way to prevent rusting is to apply a coat of paint or grease on iron articles. These coats should be applied regularly. Another way is to deposit a layer of metals like chromium or zinc on iron. This process of depositing zinc on iron articles is called galvanization. In our homes, the iron pipe used for the supply of water are galvanized to prevent rusting. Are you familiar with stainless steel? Most of the utensils we use are stainless steel. It is made by mixing iron with carbon and metals like chromium, nickel and manganese. Copper sulphate is used as a fungicide to kill fungus and algicide to kill algae in agriculture. Let's see how we get pure copper sulphate crystals from an impure mixture. The separation of pure copper sulphate crystals from impure mixture is called crystallization. Take around 5 grams of impure copper sulphate in a china dish. Add some water to it so that the copper sulphate gets dissolved. Add some more copper sulphate and continue adding till no more copper sulphate can dissolve in water. Filter the impurities through filter paper. Now keep the solution in flames. Now we can add some more copper sulphate till no more copper sulphate can be dissolved. By heating, the water evaporates from the solution. Then cover the solution with a filter paper and leave it undisturbed for 1 to 2 days. After 2 days, pure copper sulphate crystals are formed inside the solution. Now drain the solution and dry it with filter paper. What we get is pure copper sulphate crystals. That's it about the chapter Physical and Chemical Changes. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. If you have any queries, put it in the comment box. Thank you.